everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you all for joining me today. In today's video, I am testing out all new products. Some of them aren't brand new products, but they're new to me, and some of them are newer products that have been launched. This is what the makeup looks like, and we're going to go back in time to when I applied it, so you can see the application of the products. So stay tuned. So I am back and I am barefaced. My skincare is done and my sunscreen. I've got my hair pulled back out of the way. So one of the things we're going to start with is primer, and I just have a little sample size of this, but this is the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas primer, and I understand that this is pretty good. It's a cute little sample with a cute little pump. So what I'm going to do is pump a little on the back of my hand, and that's what it looks like. And I'm going to grab my foundation brush here. I have a clean foundation brush, and I'm going to pick that up, and I'm just going to, okay, it smells sort of fresh and spa-like. Yeah, so we'll see how this does under makeup. I've heard great things about this one. Okay, and just so you know, I have my brows on. I don't have any new brow products, so I just have my brows done, and I have an eyeshadow primer, which I don't have a new one of those either. So okay, so face is primed and my brows are done. Let's move on to foundation. So I heard a lot about this foundation through social media, and I picked this up from Amazon. This is the Bourjois Paris Healthy Mix Anti-Fatigue Foundation. With a vitamin mix of C, E, and B5. Let's see if it says anything here. Flawless, fresh, and healthy looking complexion up to 24 hours. Okay. Hydration, non-comedogenic, tested dermatologically. Okay, and that's what that looks like. And I have the shade, looks like it says 16 hours. What shade do I have? Rose Ivory, because my skin has a little bit of a pinky tone to it. So, and it has a nice little pump. So I'm going to, oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see that, but the primer that I had on the back of my hand just totally smoothed out this section right here. That's amazing. So hopefully it's doing the same. Oh my gosh, it did. I can't see my pores. I have a little bit of an enlarged pores here. Can't see them. It's awesome. Okay, let's try this. All right, so I've got some on the back of my hand. I'm gonna dip it in on my brush, and then let's try and apply it. Right off the bat, I'd say this is more of a medium coverage. Because you can see all my imperfections here, but we're gonna go with it. I prefer something with a little more coverage, so, but we're gonna go with it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a second layer on. Okay, this is with one layer, and as you can see, I'm seeing all my discolorations and such through. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another like a half a pump, and we'll see if that gives me any more. And I'm going to take my finger this time and sort of dot it. instead of picking it up with the brush. Okay. And then taking that same, this is, by the way, is the Ulta Beauty Buffing Foundation brush number 13. And I'll show you what that looks like. I just love this. It's very soft, but it does the job of buffing in. Okay. Well, you know, unfortunately, the second coat, the second layer didn't add much coverage. I would say this is more of a light to medium coverage foundation. That said, I don't dislike it. I think it looks really nice on the skin, and I have dry skin, so we're gonna go with it today. Okay, so that was the foundation. There it is with the second layer on. It didn't really hide a whole lot of my imperfections, but I have to say it's very lightweight. You don't feel like you're wearing any foundation with this. So I like it for that reason. I just wish it had a little more coverage. Let's move on to concealer. So Maybelline has come out with their new Super Stay Active Wear Concealer, and I wanted to give this a try. This has up to 30 hours in wear, and really it doesn't say too much of anything else here on the package. So let's take the cover off. Okay, for some reason I thought it was a pump. It's definitely a doe foot, and this is what the doe foot looks like. I want to see what this looks on the back of my hand, because it looks a little bit dark. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks a little bit dark for me. Well, let's give it a try. That's what this video is all about. So I'm just gonna take this. I have a lot of purple in here, so I like to get it all up in there. I'm gonna go in with my BK and Angie Hot and Flashy brush. This is the A506. It's that little slanted concealer brush. I love these brushes from BK Beauty. I'll link everything down below. So let's see about spreading this one out. Yeah, this concealer is a little dark, but we're gonna go with. You can just tell the shade's just a teensy bit too dark for me compared to the foundation. Okay. But I have to say it's not emphasizing my crepiness under here. It's flattening everything out. So far, so good. Okay, now moving on to powder. So what I have here, and for whatever reason I threw the box away, but this is the Kosas Cloud Set powder. This is in the shade Airy. And that's what that looks like. So I'm gonna use that to set. I'm gonna use this little brush I got in the iHeart Revolution advent calendar, and I'm just gonna pick up some of that powder, and I'm just gonna lightly set under the eyes here. Okay, as you can see, it's very smooth under there. I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my big powder brush, and please forgive me because it is been loved. and needs to be washed. But this is the Ulta Beauty Powder 20 brush. And I love this brush for applying powder to the perimeter of the face. And I always like to go in downward, across the forehead, down the nose. There. This powder is so, they call it airy for a reason, cloud set. It just goes on so nicely. And it doesn't feel cakey. It feels very soft and smooth. Yeah, I'm really kind of loving that. Let's move on to some bronzer and contour. Let's start with contour. I was looking into these blushes because these are, I've heard good things about these. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte Creamy Powder Blush. Now, this one, this color I saw, it's in So Taupe, and I thought it would be perfect as a contour for my cheeks, the powder contour. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, this is darker than it looked online because I ordered this online. Oh my goodness. Getting it open is another story. There we go. So there you go. There's the shade there. It actually isn't, it's actually not that bad. So I'm going to be using, this is a Studio Collection angled contour brush right there. All right, and I'm going to pick up some of this. And I'm going to start right under here, right under the cheekbones up here. And blend it down. And then I'm blending it in circular motions here, just to blur all the edges out. And just to sort of give the illusion that I have a bit of cheekbone there. So that was the NYX Sweet Cheeks in So Taupe. Now let's go in with a nice bronzer. Let's warm up the skin. And I got this around the holidays. This is the Too Faced Hot Cocoa Limited Edition Bronzer. And I think I did still see this on the Ulta website, so you can still get it. And as I said, I will link it below. Again, I don't have the box for this one. I threw it away, but I love the packaging. You can see the hot chocolate with the marshmallows. And you open it up, and that's what it looks like. It is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is take my bronzer brush, and this is the Ulta bronzer brush number 21. Again, mine's well loved, very soft, and I'm going to just swirl my brush in the whole thing. And then I'm just going to dust where I would put blush and blend it in to the contour. And across the forehead, just wanting to really warm up the skin. Oh my gosh, that smells like hot chocolate. Really like that. Not only does it smell good, but it's such a pretty tone. It's not too dark. It's really quite a nice tone. Okay, let's move on to blush. So when I saw that Sephora had the Glowish bronzers and blushes, I got both of them. And since I wanted to try the Too Faced bronzer, I'll hold off and try the Glowish bronzer in another video. But this is their Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder in the shade Caring Coral. And even though it's called Caring Coral, it's a beautiful pinky tone. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. So that's the blush that I'm going to use today. And I'm going to use this brush. This is the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A507. And I love this blush brush. It's a little splayed, so it's not terribly dense, but there's a tiny bit of denseness to it. So I'm gonna pick up some of this blush, and I like to dust some off on the side of my hand because I don't like putting a lot of blush on. And I start by tapping it on the cheek and then give it a little swirl. And then for highlighter, I did pick up this from Wet n Wild. This is their highlighting powder in Blossom Glow, and I thought this was so pretty. So I'm going to use this, and I have my Ulta Beauty Tapered Highlight number 23, and that's the brush I'm going to use. Pick some up, and then just, oh yeah, this is pretty. Wow. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's my space heater, because this room can be very cold in the winter. So I have to run the space heater. And then I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and go right down the center of the nose. That is so pretty. Okay, so the face is done. And there you go. Look at how pretty that is. And again, I like to take my powder brush and just blend that highlighter right into everything else. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. As I said earlier, my brows are done because I don't have any new brow products. I don't buy brow products, and I rarely get brow products in subscription box. So let's move on to eyeshadow now. So for eyes, for Christmas I got the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. It was one that I had been looking for. One of my daughters gave this to me for Christmas, and it was on sale, half off, so it was a good deal. And I love the colors in here. This is like right up my alley, and this is what it looks like right there. And you get a really respectable brush here. This brush is quite good. It has a nice flat shader on this end, and then it has a nice buffing brush, like shadow brush on the other side. I'm not going to actually use that brush, because what I am going to use my BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy brushes. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find a nice, I'm going to take my big fluffy brush. This one is the A503. I'm going to go into this first shade called Strange. This one right here. Pick some up on the brush. They're a little powdery. And just dust over the shadow primer to set it. So now I've set my lids, and now I'm going to go in with a transition shade. And there are so many here to choose from. I think I want to go in with something a little rosy toned. So I'm going to go in with Limit, which is the shade right here, on this same brush. And you know what? I'm going to pick up some of this shade called Burnout right next to it. It's a little pinky, but it's a satin matte. It's not a full-on matte. So I'm going to blend those two together. And just starting in the crease area and just go back and forth. Can I just say, these shadows are so soft and they blend so well. Look at that. See how that's just shading that crease, and it blends beautifully. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, I want to go in with a bit darker shade and start to darken up that outer V a little bit. And I'm going to go in with the Angie and BK Beauty A504. It's just a little sort of eyeshadow brush, like a fluffy blender, but it's very small. And I'm going to go into the shade, let's see, I'm going to go into the shade Buzz. This one right here, it's a bit more of a deeper pinky tone. So I'm going to go into that one. It has a bit of shimmer to it, but I'm not worried about that. And what I'm doing is I'm just starting in the outer corner. And I'm just darkening that up a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm lifting the shadow on the outer corner. You see, everything I do is to pull the face up and pull the attention up, you know, so when you're looking at me, you see that this area is lighter, and it just sort of lifts the eyes to the higher portion of the face, and it makes everything just look, you know, better. And then I just, in circular motions, just back and forth, windshield wiper, circular motions, really blending that out. And that's, you see that? I'm doing sort of not a big glam look today, more of a neutrally kind of look. And now what I want to do is I'm taking my little liner brush, and this is a Moda. It doesn't, Moda Studio by Marilyn Langnickel. It's just a tiny little sort of liner brush. And I'm going to pick up the shade Nooner. Do I want Nooner? No, I want something darker. I'm going to pick up this shade right here called Dark Side. It's sort of like a charcoal gray with just a hint of pink in it. So I'm going to pick up some of that on this brush, and I'm going to focus it on the outer corners of the eye, just to provide a little definition. Again, lifting it up at the end. And I'm not lining the whole perimeter of the eye. I am going to line the top pretty much all the way across. And then I'm going to clean off that brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Limit and Nooner that I used on the lid, and I'm going to put that underneath, just so that we have all the same shades underneath. Like so. Okay? And then I'm going in with Dark Side, which I have on the upper lid. And I'm just going to take it just in the outer corner here. And then blend it in towards the center. And I'm lifting that up. So you can see just the tiny bit of a wing, but where I have hooded eyes, I don't like to use like a black liner or anything. So, and I think that's such a pretty look right there. Now for the lids, we need a nice shimmery shade for the lid. So I'm going to take my Angie Hot and Flat BK and Angie brush. This is the A501, and it's a nice flat shader brush. And I think what I'm going to do is take the shade Dust right here and put that on my lid. And I like to bring that up a little higher, where again my lids are hooded. Alrighty. Okay, this is the Lexi mini flat angled brush. It's just a tiny little thing. And I'm going to take a little of that dust shade and just dust it right in under the brow. Not too much, just a little bit of a sheen there. Okay, and also I can use that in the inner corner. And then going back into that liner brush and picking some of that shade up again, which is that light shade dust, and dusting it on the inner corner of the eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my left eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my other eye done. This is a beautiful palette. If you find this on sale, go for it. If you like these tones, they are just beautiful. I just love this palette. The shadows blend beautifully. They really do work very well on the eyes. So I'm very happy with that palette, very happy indeed. Okay, now this is not something new per se, but this is something that I want to put on top of my mobile lid. This is from House Laboratories, and this is, let's see if I can read this. This is their Glam Attack Liquid Shimmer Powder, and this one is in Angel Baby. And again, as I said, this isn't really new. It's just a slight pinky shade, as you can see there, right there. And I'm just going to dot some of this on both of my lids. Just a little. Okay. And before it dries, I'm going to take this BK and Angie Hut and Flashy A505. It looks like a flat shader brush, but it's much thinner. And I'm just going to blend that so it's seamless, but just gives a bit of sparkle to the lid. Just like that. So a nice, easy, neutral eye. Okay. Now, moving on to mascara. Well, first of all, I like to use a nude tone liner in my lower waterline. And so I was somewhere, I can't remember if it was Walgreens or Ulta, and I picked this up. This is the Pixie by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen, and this is in the shade Matte Nude. And this is, I wanted a matte nude one. I decluttered mine because I had to declutter mine because it was pretty much gone. And so I wanted to try this one out because I like the Pixie Silky Eye Pens. I have 2 or 3 shades. So I wanted to give this a try. They're very creamy. So this is what it looks like. And that's the tip of it there. So I'm just going to take it and run it in. Oh, it is creamy. And run it in my lower waterline there. And what this does is it just brightens up the eyes. Wow, this is super easy to use. Now, of course, we'll have to see how long it lasts. But now for mascara. So I have here from REM Beauty, I did a haul featuring this brand of makeup, and I'll be doing more videos introducing the REM Beauty makeup coming up. But this is their Flourishing Lengthening Mascara. So I had to give this a try. You know me, I love mascara, and I'm always looking for a mascara that's really gonna make my lashes seem really nice and long. So this is what the wand looks like. It's that perfect tapered wand that I really love. And the formula looks like it's a little more, I like a sort of a real nice fluid creamy formula. This one looks a little bit thicker, but we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, it's not as thick as I initially thought. It's coating the lashes nicely. I am seeing a bit of length. There's one coat. So now I'm going to go in with a second. Not bad. I am seeing a little length. All right, going back in with a second coat. There we have it. There we have it. So now, I do have a mascara for the bottom lashes. So this is from Pixie, and someone recommended to give this a try. This is the Pixie by Petra Lower Lash Mascara. It's just a cute little tube. I usually use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, and sometimes the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, because that has such a tiny wand. So, and which this does as well. Look at how tiny that wand is. So let's see how we do. Okay, I'm getting nothing on the wand. Let me wiggle it around. Yeah, to me, there's just nothing. I don't know if I got a dry tube or what the story is, but there's like nothing. There's absolutely nothing coming off this. I have a feeling I might have got a dry tube. That's a no-go for me. This is a fail. So I'm gonna go back into my REM mascara for my lower lashes. Okay, I am back. So our eyes are done, my face is done. Let's move on to lips. So I have a couple of new products here that I am very excited about. So the first one is from YSL. This is their Rouge Volupte Shine Oil and Slick lipstick, ready to care and shine lip color. And this one is in the shade Nude Sheer. And I just love the packaging on these lipsticks. So pretty. Look at this stunning lipstick. Don't you just love that packaging? I think it's beautiful. This is something that I like to display. And this is the shade right there. And I'm not lining my lips. I don't have any new lip liners right now that I want to use. So I'm going to go right in with this. Oh my God, it smells so good. It's a fruity scent. It's like a cross between watermelon and something else. Oh my gosh, really gorgeous. These feel so nice on the lips. Look at that. So pretty. And on top, even though this does have a bit of like a shimmer to it, I could certainly use that alone. But I wanted to try this. This is from Lawless. This is the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. And I heard a lot of good things about that. Mine is in the shade Velvet. Let's take a look and see. And this is what the package looks like. Let's see. I'll put some, whoa, it's stringy. I'll put some on the back of my hand. That is so pretty. Look at that right there. Alrighty, let's get some of this on my lips. It's a little stringy, so I'm going to start on the lower lip. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. No smell at all to speak of. That is such a pretty shade. So now the last thing is setting spray. For setting spray, I have this from ABH. This is the Dewy Set setting spray. So this I got in a BoxyCharm. So now I'm just gonna open that up. Let's see what the oh, that's nice and light. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Actually, it does squirt at you a little bit. It does squirt just a little bit at you, you know. It's not exactly the finest mist, but yeah, so let's take a look. Oh, I got it all over my mirror. Yes, I love the way my makeup came out today. Look at that. It looks so nice. And of course that dewy setting spray just sort of brings everything together. Yeah, I really like that. So that was the end of today's video. I thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this makeup look and how these products performed. Also, let me know if you've gotten any of these and what your experience is. I'd love to see your comments in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're advised of all my future uploads. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.